Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Chef Sarah here and welcome back to another Meatless Monday. So are you thinking protein minus the actual meat? I'm thinking chickpeas. Chickpeas is a perfect meat substitute given the added carbs, protein, and fiber that you will actually be replacing when you substitute for meat. I'm not one who absolutely has to have meat in every single meal, but if you're one of those that still needs a fortified protein minus the quote-unquote flesh of having meat, this is your video. Okay, so now that we're all set, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wipe off our top to our So first thing first, with the garbanzo beans or chickpeas, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open them up and we're gonna give them a good old-fashioned rinse. So we're only gonna use one can. One can has, according to the label, 3.5 servings, and each serving is half of a cup. So okay, so now that we've got that all rinsed off, we're gonna go ahead and give them a okay, so now that we've got that all rinsed off, we're gonna go ahead and give them a dry. And pat them dry. They don't have to be super dry, but just enough, a little bit of the moisture. Uh-oh. Don't be like me and make a mess. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some olive oil before we begin seasoning. So this is just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. We are going to need a spoon and we're just going to give it a light stir before going in with our different array of seasoning blends. So first things first, we're going to go with cumin so we get that nice taco-y Mexican flavor profile. We're going to do a little garlic. We are going to do two types of paprika or chili powders. So this is a smoked paprika. This one is the onion powder. Could you also substitute all these seasonings with your faves like I am? Gotta add this. Yes, absolutely. You could use whatever kind of seasoning you would like to give it that flavor profile. If you want a little spice in your life and you want to go ahead, and this one is the hot Mexican style chili powder. If you wanted to go ahead and give it some spice and do a little jerk, you could do jerk. The best thing and really good thing about chickpeas is they pretty much take on whatever flavor you decide to give it. So we're gonna give it a nice stir, and the best thing about this is we're gonna toast this or quote unquote fry it, bake it, whichever way you we'll choose to stay in our air fryer. So I did put my air fryer here, which I could put here. We're just gonna pop this in. We did already season it with some oil. We're just gonna add it directly to our rack. Just gonna spread it out thin, like this. We're just gonna go ahead and air fry on 400 for 5 minutes. We're gonna do 5 minutes and then come back. If we don't feel that's enough time, they're not toasted enough. Remember, you're not trying to cook them. You just wanna toast them. If they're not toasted to your preference, go ahead and give it an additional, I would say 3 minutes. We don't want them to burn. So now that we've gone ahead and we've prepped our chickpeas, we're gonna begin to work on our topping. I have some field greens, they're already prepped, they're already clean. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut up some romaine. I just like to add a little bit of romaine. In fact, you could use the leaves of the romaine and make some oats, if you will. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and use some shells though today that I found that I would like to give a try. And I'm going to go ahead and chop up some tomatoes, some avocado, some red onion, and jalapeno. I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick rinse. I do like to cut my romaine, quote unquote, dirty, if you will. I'm going to flip my cutting board over because the rest of my veggies are clean. I'm going to rinse this, dry it, and cut my knife as well. Okie dokie. So, flip our board over and go ahead and cut up our, start off with our tomato. Just like that, 5 minutes have come and gone. Let's go ahead and toast this in our bowl first. Ooh, nice and crispy. Oh, that's hot. Nice and toasty. See? It's definitely giving the taco vibe with that cumin. And the texture of the chickpeas is definitely giving meat. It's not quite toasty enough to me. I'm gonna do an additional 3 minutes. And at that point, I am totally sure that it will be ready. So, still at 400, and we're just gonna give it a go. I'm gonna finish off our tomato. want the seeds because I want the spice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some of the seeds right into it, but I don't want this pit part of the jalapeno. There we go. Nice. Just like that, our chickpeas are ready. Ooh, these look delish. Can't just say it's pretty hot. Can you hear that? Nice and toasty. Perfect. Perfect. Now this avocado isn't ready, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I kind of want it a little chunky. I really don't want it too soft because chickpeas are kind of soft to me. I mean, let's face it, they are soft, but these are they have a little bite to them because they are toasted. So let's make a chunky kind of a situation, if you will. I'm probably cutting this all wrong, and I'm sure someone's gonna scold me about it, but look how sharp my knife is. Anywho, let's pop that out. Again, this isn't a ready avocado by any means. It is gonna be delightful, I know. Now that this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up on this. I do want to add a little lime juice and some like salt and pepper, or as I like to say, my favorite seasoning. If you will. Just gonna add our chickpeas into a bowl to continue to cool. Here's our washed lettuce, romaine. We're just gonna add that to salad, and this would make for an excellent taco salad, if you will. But before we add our lime juice, so while we add our lime juice, I'm gonna go ahead and do our shells or wraps, if you will. So these are a 0 net carb wrap. They were purchased from Aldi's, and ironically enough, they do actually have a chickpea wrap recipe on the back. I mean, why not? It's already right there for you, staring clear in your face. So we didn't follow it directly to a T because we're not adding like all of the type of ingredients that they had, but we're pretty darn close. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give these a toast I like my shells toasty. Can we open? Can we open? I don't want to break it. Oh my God. These chickpeas smell like tacos. Like literal taco meat. Okay. They sealed it pretty good because I can't get it open. So we're just going to have to do it as best as we know how. Now, these are a high fiber, zero sugar protein wrap. Again, we are trying to target the carbs, if you will. So although we're substituting our meat, we don't want to have to add in all these extra carbs. And this one wrap has 14 grams of carbs and 6 grams of protein. Because it has 14 grams of carbs and dietary fiber of 14 grams, there's literally no carbs. For every 14 to 15 grams of fiber, you can actually go ahead and remove the carb count, because technically the carb is the fiber, if you will. If the carb and the fiber match, chances are the actual carb is the fiber. So that's great. This is great. This is what we need. It's made with a modified food starch, shortening, and wheat protein, and seems to be really good stuff. And it has 6 grams of protein itself. So it is entailed giving you a little bit of protein in there. So I'm gonna do 2 for my lunch today, which is super duper exciting. They're really soft. Okay, now it's time for the taste test. Which one? This one. Why not? Let's see. Removing the toothpick. What's that? I'm sorry, I didn't share with you guys. I mean, there's plenty more. Besides the fact all the chickpeas are falling out, because it's nice and stuffed, I mean, it's pretty much guilt free. You can eat, I would say, as many as you want, but these are delicious. You cannot tell me there's no actual quote unquote meat, like ground beef or turkey or anything. It's still giving every flavor profile that a taco would. All the protein, all the nourishments, totally fulfilling, satisfactory, delicious, and it's good for you. I mean, low in carbs, high in protein, high in fiber. What more could you ask for? Delicious. Well, mine makes me truly about to dig in for lunch because this is amazing. But if you're really looking for a way to skip the meat on a Monday, this is a perfect alternative. This is a great substitute for Chipotle at lunch or your favorite taco spot that's having a nice Mexican deal. Listen, do this. It literally took me, between prepping the vegetables, toasting the shells, and air frying the chickpeas, a total of like 25 minutes. Sometimes we have to step back and give ourselves some time so that we can be successful. Say, hey, what can I do today to be successful for tomorrow? This is a quick meal prep. Eat two, have you some tortillas, if you will, since you're having no carbs for lunch and you're pretty much eating protein. Now you can have a guilt-free snack. But yeah, so this is a healthy alternative to having your regular meat-filled meal, if you will, on a Monday. This was Chef Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you know when I upload. Sometimes I try to do these lives. Oftentimes they will be pre-recorded. But that just gives you all the angles, the tips, and the tricks. And make sure that you hit that thumbs up. And please, if you will, say it with me. Be kind, be gracious, give people grace, extend kindness to people. Never know what they're going through in their lives. And I love you, and be a blessing. Till next time, bye.